Good morning. It is bright and early here, 5:45, and we are off and out of the house, heading to Berkey to get our corn sprayed. We made it. It is a few minutes after 6:30. And he was supposed to be here at 6:30. I was supposed to be here at 6:30, but he should be here anytime. So we got to get set up here to pull water out of these water tanks that are all full. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. So for down here at Berkey, we don't have a great well here. And so we collect rainwater off of the roof of the barn through the gutters and into these tanks. And now we have 3 of them here that are all plumbed together. And so they all kind of fill up evenly, and it's awesome. There he is. Look at the sun coming up over there. Oh, that's cool. So we're getting loaded up here. We've got our boron going in now. Need 20 gallons of boron to do 80 acres. We've got our fungicide put in already. That's all that's going in this tank. We'll let him go spray. Got him loaded. Let's do this. Let's throw the drone up and see what we can get. I have normal compass reading. Oh, of course there is. I think there's too much rebar in concrete for me to take off from concrete. There, I got some drone footage, finally. Okay, he is about done. We'll come back and get loaded up for round 2. This is gonna go quick. All right, he is off. Last load of the day. He's gonna finish the field that we were in, and then he said he would spray out whatever he has left in this one. So he'll have enough to perimeter the field, maybe a round or 2 or something like that, and we'll see how it goes. If it's not horribly rough, maybe he'll load up again, but I'm guessing that's not going to happen. So we're going to walk out there. I'm going to regret walking out there, but we're going to do it. I've been trying to wait for everything to dry off a little bit because it's wet. Okay, here's what we've got. One, our ground was a little wet on top. We had 0.6 of an inch of rain here yesterday morning, so that is good. You'll notice a little bit of yellowing on these bottom leaves, some firing here. It looks like nitrogen deficiency. So when we see the yellowing on the midrib, that's typically a nitrogen deficiency. I don't know that we're actually that short of nitrogen, or if it's just we've been dry and it's actually drought stress that's causing those bottom leaves to yellow up a little bit, and this little bit of rain should slow that down. It's very, very wet out here. Leaf wetness. Like, this has not been sprayed yet, and you can see all the dew on the leaves, especially the upper leaves. That's what causes disease. It's where it comes from. Leaf wetness, heat, humidity. Temperature's going to be warm today, and we've got this overnight dew and wetness that it's just what causes it. So that's why we want to get this corn sprayed and protected. Looking for tar spot. Let me look a little bit here. I see a little bit of gray leaf spot, some common rust. I think that's some common rust coming. But let me look around for a minute, and we'll talk some more. Okay, so as we start at the top of the plant, our upper leaves look really, really good. They're very clean. I see no real disease pressure, nothing that I am concerned about up there, which means this fungicide that we're spraying is going to help protect that, keep it looking really good. I'm happy with it. As we start to move down and we get to these middle level leaves, the ear leaf and just above it or so, they're dirty. That's the biggest thing here, is that they're just dirty. They're not really covered in disease. We see kind of like this stuff here, and you get those black specks. That's not tar spot. That's not really even disease. If you look right here, you can see that is pollen. It's moldy pollen. That's what that is. These leaves are just covered in this pollen that has shed and from the tassels and pollinated the ears, and that's good. But it's sitting on the leaves, and then it gets moldy and dirty, and we need some rain to wash that off so our leaves can, you know, do their thing and just collect sunlight. But as far as disease pressure and stuff, I really don't see a lot. They look pretty good. That's a good thing. Occasionally we do find a few specks and lesions that are actually on the leaves and not just dirt on the leaves. Don't see any at the moment. Oh, like right here. Right, so we get these little spots. That's something. I don't know what exactly. So there's a little bit started here, but it's, for the most part, everything looks really good. I'm going to pull an ear or two out of here, and we're going to walk out and get out of this wet corn. There's the first ear that I unwrapped and grabbed. We're 2/3 of the way through pollination, 3/4, still waiting for some on that tip there. There's no real pollen shed flying around right now, but it's because everything's wet. We dry off another 2 or 3 hours, and then there'll be pollen shedding everywhere out there. And it's still going to get it. It's still in good shape, but yeah, we're at the right timing for our fungicide, in my opinion. Could we have waited a couple more weeks? Probably not a couple weeks. Another week or so and gotten towards brown silk and had a little longer residual on tar spot and other leaf diseases? Yes. But getting it on now at green silk helps us to prevent some of the ear molds and the vomitoxin and stuff that we've seen in the past, especially here at Berkey. They had a really bad last year. Earlier fungicide application is better for that. So I think we hit the timing just about right. Climbed up on top of the grain bins here to watch him as he's perimeter in this field, making a round or two, just because, you know, I'm bored hanging out, so we might as well get some kind of cool camera footage. I know, we already did the drone, but still. You can see him bouncing over every tile line. Right there. Right there. Right there. That's why I told him you probably don't want to do this field. And he's like, well, I'll spray out a load there. Okay. Yeah, that looks not fun to me. Should have got a drone. Should have bought a drone. Oh well, next year. Next year we'll know better. For the most part, this field of corn looks fantastic. We just got these ends here that are a little yellow and stunted and not as great, but nah, the field looks really good. I think he's done. Getting her folded up. See if he stops here. I'll talk to him real quick and we'll be on our way. 9:45. That's a good start to the day. Well, we're done here. Good deal. And our boron shuttle is empty, so I just threw that out. We'll take it back some other time. I got a couple of stops to make in town here. Yeah, what a deal. 10 o'clock. Got all the corn down here sprayed. So that is it on the corn, unless we decide to do some more. meaning a second shot on a few acres. The stuff where I'm using my Anderson's foliars and my push it trial, kind of where we're throwing everything at it on the high management side, I would consider a second fungicide application, another shot of foliars here in about a week and a half, 3 weeks after the first application, if he's willing to do it, or I can find a drone, which I'm not going to find a drone. I just know I'm not at this point. So yeah, we'll see. We might try and get that done, but I don't know. It's what it is. So let's go check our double crop beans. We're right down the road from our first planted double crops that were planted in the end of June there, and let's take a look. We need to get down here and spray those. I do know that. Well, we got a lot of volunteer wheat where the wheat was down right here, to be expected. Where the stubble is taller, it's not as bad. Also to be expected, that's good. Beans are coming. Look at these beans. They look beautiful. Just starting to peak up above the wheat stubble there, which we cut our wheat stubble pretty high, so that does a couple of things. One, we're not running so much material through the combine, but two, when we do plant double crops like this, that allows them to stretch, and it causes them to try and get above this wheat stubble to get some more sunlight, and they get a little bit taller, makes them a little bit easier to harvest after you know, in the fall here. So let's see. Yeah, you can see how much they stretched just to put those first unifoliates on. We're starting to put some branching. 1, 2, 3 trifoliates. So these are V3 beans. I don't see any flowers yet, but those should be coming fairly soon. Everything gets condensed when you plant late, so the beans have to sort of hurry through all of their growth stages a little bit faster. But yeah, I'm encouraged. They look good. We need to get down here and spray it. We need to get this volunteer wheat killed. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so we've got time. But maybe later this week, first of next week, something like that. Yeah, nice. They look good. Somebody's got a little weird truck here. Huh, wonder whose that is. Look, somebody's washing my bean planter. Or taking a break from doing real work. Drinking my Dr. Pepper. That's what he's doing. Look at you.
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Uh-huh. How's it going?
Not too bad. A lot of seed treatment in there.
I know. Wash it off.
I'm getting there.
It's better than it was. Brock would like the planter unfolded a little bit. So we're going to do that for him. There. You can pretend to work again. There is some dirt on the floor, so he has done something. Listen, did you all hear that? What did you say? Better what?
You better get used to me.
That implies that Brock's actually going to come to work. This is the third day I've seen him in July, and it's the last day of July. So, you know, we'll see.
Big day.
He acts like he's going to be here more. It's good. We got things to do, Brock.
Let's get him done.
Last 2 boxes going on a truck. Woohoo. Well, Brock's just wrapping up the planter. It's not too bad. You did pretty good. So, I spent some time in the office trying to get field day invitations ready to be mailed out. So I've been working on that here this afternoon. But our 360 rain is in a very convenient spot for me to put fuel in it. And so we are going to hook on to the fuel trailer, which is full, and head up to the field. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see a problem. It pulled the whole dang thing out of the end of the rubber hose now. Holy cow. All right, well, that could be anywhere in this whole field. I have not put eyes on this in days, so it could be absolutely anywhere. I was smart enough to remember a ladder today, so that's good. Oh man, how are we gonna find that? And I know everybody's gonna say, put the drone up. The drone will never find it. It won't ever happen. The most likely case scenario is that it's in the backbone somewhere, so we'll probably just have to walk that at some point. But yeah. All right, well, he's look everything else over while we've got it here. I let it run yesterday when it was raining. We had 3/10 of an inch of rain or so, and well, we accumulated a little bit of mud from that. It'll dry off and fall off eventually, but yeah, that's there. Other than that, everything looks okay. All the rest of our drops are good. While we're getting fuel in it, I'm just crawling around up on top looking things over. A lot of pollen and tassels accumulating there. It's normal to be expected. Getting fuel in on this side here now. You can see these rollers here attached to that hydraulic cylinder. Those are the valves, I guess you would call them, that select which drops are currently flowing versus which ones aren't. So I did climb up to the front here. I'm gonna have to move the ladder around, but I took the side shield off of the engine compartment here so we can check the oil and just look at this. Again, a lot of pollen, but everything looks to be okay. You can see those two big oil filters there. Those are the engine oil filters. They are way oversized, and there's two of them so that we get extra oil capacity, so that it extends the oil change interval on this little engine. So that's why the massive engine oil filters on this thing. 227 gallons. I don't remember what day it was that we filled this up last. It was around 4th of July, wasn't it? I did a live stream up here. I don't remember when that was. But that's not too bad, I don't feel like. So that's good. We're picking some mud out of these tire cavities here, just trying to clean it off. Here's the other side of the engine. You can see our batteries. So we got our 12 volt battery, and then we've got our 56 volt batteries, which is really 48 volts, but you get the idea, close enough. And there's our generator. So that's what's powering all of the wheel motors, the reel, that stuff. And somewhere over on the other side, there's a hydraulic pump. Well, I think we're good. So we're gonna hit run here. Confirm. And there it's starting. All right, well, that drop. I have a feeling that it just pulled out. Like maybe the hose clamp that's up underneath this band here got loose and it just pulled out of there. So if we can find it, we should be able to just push it back up in there. See, it's got a double band clamp on there like that. That's my best guess. Problem is finding it. See what we can do, I guess. We'll watch this thing get going here. I'll let Brock wash his hands off. They turned the engine RPMs down a week or so ago, so it's not screaming as loud, and that's going to save us some fuel. So that one drop's it's just dropping, but it's still watering. Water's still getting where we want it to go. It isn't the end of the world, especially as big as the corn is now, so we're gonna let her go. We'll just try and find it and fix it. Since we're up here with fuel, I'm gonna go fuel up the generator. Brock is gonna walk back to the center path, or the backbone there, and walk back to the well. Then I'm gonna meet him down there. We'll see if it's in that stretch, which it could be, it could not be, who knows. Dang. Oh well, not a big deal. I backed out to the well here. That's right, I backed the fuel trailer up a 1/4 mile to the well over that rough ground. It's fine. The rain machine is straight over there. It's about back to its center line. Brock is walking the hose and should show up here fairly soon. There's a little spot right here that doesn't get water ever. We're gonna walk out there in a second, but looking across the rest of the field, I'd say it looks all right. It looks all right. All right, well, let's go see what's going on over here. Yeah, this is what our corn looks like where it's not getting water. He's rolling up. It's not super hot and sunny today, but the bottom leaves are all turning brown and dying off. Contrast that to out here where we are getting water. It's a different story. You've seen a little yellowing. Nothing like what we were back over there. These ears are far more developed than what I looked at this morning. Very good. We're gonna have to pull one, I think. Yeah, sweet corn stage. Pretty far along there. Not the most impressive ear I've ever seen, but not bad. Okay, well, we got our rain fueled up and running. Didn't find that drop yet. Maybe we'll go back sometime and look, but it's hot and humid and not fun to be walking through corn today. So we're gonna put this bean planter away. I think we're done with it here.
Sure the first two puzzle pieces fit in tight?
Yes. Well, Mr. Directions over here. We're off by 2 feet. It's fine. All right, I do want to put the cylinder stops in on these wing wheels or wings, because the last thing I want is for that to fall on my corn planter. That'll work. That'll work. On the side right next to the meter. No, it's this one down here. Jeez. That's the fourth ones I've picked out. All right, well, good. We got the planters put away and the tractor sitting there. It'll be fine. Combine needs to get out and get blown off, and we've got a concave to change to get ready for bean harvest. But yeah, we'll get to that. Maybe tomorrow, Brock. We could work on that. Okay, what else today? Okay, it's hot. I'm done. We got a whole stack of field day invitations to put stamps on and get in the mail. Tomorrow, Brock's coming back. He's got a few projects to work on. We're going to try and spray a little bit. I don't know what else is going on, but there's plenty to do. So, thanks for watching today. If you would subscribe, like the video, that helps me out. Appreciate that. Head on over to farmfocus.com. Grab yourself some Motor View Farms apparel, t-shirts, and our Best RX shirts over there. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for watching.